Today I visited the grave of a father and son, one that was never recovered and the other one that was sent to Winchendon, Mass. To be buried. It's Mr. Percival White, who was born on December 25th, 1857. And he was married to Edith Frazar White, and they had two sons, Percival Jr. and Richard Frazar. He was a prominent and successful cotton manufacturer in Winchendon Springs, Massachusetts. They had sailed on the Titanic when they moved from Winchendon Springs to Brunswick. He boarded the Titanic with his son, Richard, at Southampton following a tour of Europe. They traveled as first-class passengers and occupied cabin D-26. Tickets numbers 35281, L75, SD9D. Whilst traveling between Southampton and Queenstown, White was photographed standing outside his first-class gymnasium by Francis Brown. White and his son both lost their lives, and the body of Percival White was never found, as I said. Now, his son Richard this is the information I have on him. He was born in Winchendon, Massachusetts on 26 December 1890, a day after his dad's birthday. The son of Percival Wayland and Elizabeth Frazar Wheeler. Richard had an older brother, Percival. Richard's father, with whom he sailed on the Titanic, was a prominent and successful man. Richard was a 1912 graduate of Bowdoin College in Brunswick, Maine. He finished his undergraduate studies sooner than expected in December, but decided to wait until June to partake in official commencement exercises, where he would march with his graduating class. During the interim, as a reward for his academic accomplishments, his father took his son to Europe for a month. Both father and son crossed over on the Olympic, the Titanic sister ship. Their success of crossing on the Titanic impressed Mr. White so much that when returning home, he looked into taking the Titanic. They befriended a Mrs. Elizabeth Lyons while they were on the Titanic and her daughter Mary. On the night of the sinking, they remember that Mr. White was knocking on the stateroom door and told them of the dangers. The White and the Lyons and her daughter had staterooms near each other, and one unidentified survivor later contacted Mrs. White to tell her husband and son had last been seen removing their shoes in preparation to leap into the sea. They both jumped together. Only the body of young Richard would be recovered a week later by the McKay Bennett. Interesting, when the body description was recorded, it indicated that it was the body of a 37-year-old man. He was only 21. It was returned to Brunswick, Maine via Boston to the care of F.A. Smith, where impressive funeral services were held. Faculty and fellow students from Bowdoin College attended and presented Mrs. White with Richard's diploma. Following the funeral, Richard's body was returned to the family plot in the cemetery in Winchendon Springs, and that's where I went to visit it. This is a grave of a Titanic victim. Lots of pennies have been left. It says Percival Wayland White, December 25th, 1857 to April 15th, 1912. They never found his body. What a shame. It does say he's U.S. military. They have a flag, some kind of like bird emblem. Lots of pennies. A big cross. See, they have the hiccups. Richard Fraser White, December 26, 1890, died on the Titanic, April 15th, 1912. There's some sad stories. Lots of people died on the Titanic.